Hi, Epic Coders. So today, I am going to be introducing you to Gravity and Scratch. Well, there are two things that you need to being able to do Gravity. First, you need to know how to program sensations, which is this big of thing, and variables, which also is in this big of thing. So I'm going to do that, and my future self wants to tell you something. So I'm just going to go take a hydration break, and my future self will do all the talking. So time to get some water. Hello, it's the future Epic Coder. And if you don't know, you can just go on Scratch and click Epic Coders and say Studios right in the northeast section of your computer, and then ta-da! Hopefully you find the right one. No caps. There's a space and there's a S, and there's this symbol. You can pause it and check it out, and then you go on. And I said anyone can add their projects. Just have a username to do this. Create your project and click Add Projects. After you do, I'm going to go over your finalized project and check how you did and what you did wrong. So my present self is going to talk about how to make Gravity. So, man, I'm so thirsty, even though I just drank water right now. Now my present self is drinking water right now. He's gonna talk to you. Alright, so my future self did all the talking, of course, because he knows what I'm gonna talk about, of course, since he's from the future. So the first thing you're gonna do is get an when green flag clicked. And yes, I forgot to tell you something. If you don't know how to do sensations or variables, please do not watch this video and go to my channel, Epic Coder, and there is a video for sensations and variables. Make sure you watch both of them so you can do Gravity. So that's the talking. So you can just escape this video, go to the other two videos I did, which were about sensations and variables, which is very helpful to create Gravity. That's a block I created, so don't worry about that. You had to create it and find it. It's the hard part. So in my blocks, it's just going to show up Gravity. So I can just pull that up whenever I want. So I can pull that up whenever I want, but I usually just backpack it. So the first thing you're going to do is go on to variables and create a variable called y velocity and change it by 1. So you're not going to put it down here, which is the weird part. You're not going to. So you can name it whatever you want, like down velocity or whatever, forever. And it changes the gravity, of course. Define gravity. If not touching black, well, first things first, you gotta have a base, because you can't do this simple technique if you don't have a base. That's the part that sucks. You need a base, because you can't start off from here. Well, you can draw your base over here, so you have all the space up there. And I think I'm doing way too much talking. So I didn't also talk about the results yet, how they know the results. I put it up here. So if you want them to know your results, you say a line of things. So that's the end color, so they can know the results. Say the number of tests for 3 seconds, and another pair of words, and say attempts for 3 seconds. So that's how that works. And let's define gravity. If not touching the color black, then change y by -10. So that's gonna go down 10, y's. So that's a variable. Get it? 10 y's. Okay, so if touching color black, then change y by 1. So when I touch this, I jump up on y. If the key arrow is pressed, then change y by 10. Let me guess. You're saying, why do I need to do this? I already have an up arrow. Well, you're technically wrong. Because, you need an up arrow since gravity is going to pull you down. So when you define gravity, make sure to put that up there. This is a personal code I made myself since I always make easy codes, which are the best. Well, some people make easier codes, but they don't have a YouTube channel. That's the sad part. So you have this much of information. Why don't we test it out? And yes, the boring things up first. I'm going to tell you how it plays into the rule. So you see when I'm touching this, it makes me go up like 1y. But when I go up and I'm not touching it, if I don't press my arrow key, gravity pulls me down. That's why you can't make games on Moon since they don't know what key is. They only know a little bit. So I'm going to test after when it transports me into level 2. So make sure to watch variables. So I'm not doing much talking about that right now. So I'm going to test that. And alright, so over here, I'm just going to... Okay, so this is the part of the results. Since this is how it works. They don't show your variable that you put in there. They only give how much the variable is. So I died 0 times. So okay, your number, that's R 0. So that matches that. And attempts counts it. Your number of attempts are 1. So I attempted it once and I got it. So that's how it works. And you can just click that later. So let's play it once for fun. Just gonna play this again. Make sure you watch all my other videos on Scratch because I want to watch stuff where we get into higher stuff like coding technique or resource that you. Okay, so I'm just gonna. Well, Scratch is the best for creating games, and all the other stuff because it's just the best. Two. So there you go. That's how you calculate it. Since people are too lazy to actually calculate it themselves, that's why you have a computer right in front of you. So, so make sure to put the code, this large one over back into your thing. Don't put these color ones since you can make it yourself. Make sure to watch the sensations video so you get it hang while we're doing this, since I'm not going to explain it in this video. And variables video you can watch. It is, yeah, it's a video. I'm gonna put it, it's in my channel, of course, since I made it like yesterday or 2 days ago because I started using Sensation a lot. Since like after I knew I can do this, like I just created this, and after I knew that I can actually use this, I always started using this and abandoned the other way harder techniques. So that's it for today, and in the next video, and make sure to subscribe to this channel since this took a lot of time to create this and think about any way to put gravity into this game in an easier way, of course. And yeah, most people don't go into the operators. So I'm gonna talk about this block and this block. So when you create a block, so make a block. I wanna create in label since that's what I'm gonna use for it, and and anything like the and input is like what you wanna put in that, and an input. So that's kind of like the not block, but it's the same thing. You just add it again. Yeah. So I'm gonna rename it. I'm gonna name it something like YouTube channel. No, I'm just gonna name it EpicCoder / EpicCoder, since you can just improve by watching these videos. Okay. Okay, so after I make it, it gives me this block. So I want to backpack this just in case I backpack this. So make sure to backpack it, the definition. So, and then it gives me this, which is what I used over here. But I'm not going to define it. So I'm just going to trust this. So after you try to define Epic Coders / Epic Coders, it's gone forever. So that's a trash 2 blocks at once. See ya. And bye. Subscribe to the channel, Epic Coder. Just turn your phone or click escape in your computer or click back in your TV. I mean down in your TV so you can see the subscribe button and subscribe to it since this took a lot of time to crowd. Hey, I already said that right. Yeah, bye.